When you think it's the embassies who's calling Pingu, or make up for the circumstances that could possibly lead you to visa. Okay, now I want to go to apply, reapply, or defer. Why did this go away? Okay. Hello people and welcome back to my channel Alive to Tell a Tale. My name is Sharmishta and today I am back with another video. So in today's video, we are going to talk about the same topic again, but in greater detail. It's the need of the hour for everyone who has applied for their visas in the month of June and July are all awaiting results. Some of y'all might have gotten an approval. So congratulations for everyone who's making it, who's booked their tickets and are ready to fly for this month end for the September intake. But for everyone who's still waiting, this video is for you. For everyone who has received a rejection, this video is for you. And for everyone who's also waiting, the Irish Embassy has started a new practice with certain profiles that they're a bit doubtful about. So I am going to shed some light on it for you. I'll keep that towards the end of the video. So stay tuned till the end, where we talk in detail about what the Irish Embassy is doing about profiles that they're not too confident about. Because if you are going to be one of those who they're going to try this new practice on, then I'd like you to be prepared. So I'm going to try and tell you a little more about it. Apart from that, if you are someone who is looking at considering studying abroad, it could be Ireland, it could be UK, or anywhere across the globe. If you are looking for assistance, end-to-end assistance, then feel free to reach out to me. Feel free to fill the Google form. I'll leave the link in the description below and someone from my team will get in touch with you. It's absolutely free. So don't go ahead and take up consultation helps from people who are charging you a bomb. It's supposed to be free. So I am offering that for free. My team will reach out to you. If you have given your English test already, then this is a good time. Please go down and fill the form and someone from my team will get in touch with you, help you pick your country, pick the right course, right university, help you with applications, and will hold your hand through the whole visa application process too. So don't forget and go fill the form now. Now, in today's video, what I'm going to try and answer for you is that if your visa has been rejected, then are you supposed to appeal? Are you supposed to reapply? Are you supposed to defer? Or what is the best choice for you? So let's get started. First, let's cover the basics. Even if you know, or even if you have been through the official website, let me just put it out there for you. If you are applying for your Irish student visa, it takes anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks depending upon the volume. Your approval will take anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks. Now, if you haven't heard back from them in that time, it could be because of the volume, because it's the September intake now, and if you haven't heard back yet, it is possibly because there are loads and loads of applications that have come in and it might be taking long. Now, is there a way to track this? Yes, you can drop an email to the embassy, but no, you're not going to receive any response. They are going to turn a blind eye towards it. The only way is to check the lists that they release every week. If I'm not wrong, it's Tuesdays and Fridays. That's the only way to track. There is no other way. Second, what I'd like to say is either for now or even for the future who are planning for the next intakes, make sure that you have enough time in hand after you receive your approval letter or your offer letter from the college to apply for your visa. Because if it's going to take 6 to 8 weeks and if it is going to extend and God forbid it gets rejected, then you should have enough time in your hand to send your appeal or to do your reapplication, to allow the embassy to be able to review your application and give you approval in time so that you don't miss out on college. What I'd also like to add is a lot of people end up booking their flights and their stay even before their visa gets approved, purely because they have applied for their visa and they have their offer letter from the university. Don't do that. It's not worth it. God forbid, if for some reason your visa gets rejected, then all your money is gone for vain. Do not go ahead and book your travel tickets. Do not go ahead and book your travel accommodation. What I'd also like to recommend is that if your visa has not been approved in time, or if you have appealed or reapplied and you're waiting for your results, and if the joining date is very close, and by whatever calculation you'd make it after your onboarding, then it's my personal recommendation that it's not worth it. While you have time in hand, just go for a deferral and go for another intake. I missed the first 17 days of my first semester. My start date was on September 1st, and I made it to Ireland on the 17th, and then probably went to college on the 19th. I missed out on a lot. I did not get the same head start as everyone else. So I am very keen, and I highly recommend, do not go ahead for it if you're missing all the initial days where everybody is on the same page, where people start making friends, where you start exploring stuff together, where you get a lot of information from the university. It could be your college goodies or your resources that they give you, or share their schedules with regards to semesters and subjects and all the introductions that happen. It's not worth missing it, because it's going to have an impact on you throughout the rest of the year. So if you're going to miss the first few weeks, it's a tough decision to make, but let go of it. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. If your visa has been rejected, should you apply, should you reapply, or should you defer? Now, a lot of students reach out to me on Instagram and YouTube asking, this is the reason why my visa has been rejected. I am sharing you a photo of my visa rejection letter. What would you recommend? Should I appeal? Should I reapply? Or what should I do? Now, let me try and put this in the most layman language. Usually, if your visa has been rejected, it means your documentation has not been right. I have made elaborate videos, 6 topmost reasons why your visa gets rejected, my own visa rejection story, how my reapplication went. In all these videos, I have spoken about all of this in detail. So I'm going to leave the links. If you are watching this video, once you're done, I would highly recommend you to go and watch that to get a greater insight. But what I'm trying to say is, if your documentation was not right, is why your visa gets rejected in the first place. And if you have used a consultancy's help through this visa application process, they should have guided you in the first place, and they should be able to estimate if your visa is going to be rejected, and help you make up for the documents that are missing that could possibly lead you to visa rejection. But if they have not, and you are ready for your appeal, you are only able to appeal within 2 months of your rejection. So if, say, your visa has been rejected in the month of June, then you can only apply within July and August, not later than that. Just giving you an example. Your consultancy should be able to tell you if appeal or reapplication is the best decision for you. However, I have had cases where people have reached out to me saying that the consultancy is suggesting an appeal, where I thought reapplying was a better idea, and the other way around. So I thought I'll just put it out there for you. If your visa rejection letter can be fixed, then go ahead for reapplication. If your visa rejection letter does not need any fixing, then go ahead for appeal. If your visa rejection letter cannot be fixed, then go ahead for a deferral, or you can also switch the country. Let's get into the details. Appeal specifically is for those people who are sure of what they have sent and think that it is the mistake of the immigrations officer with regards to if you're qualified to get there or not. For example, if somebody thinks that you might struggle once you get to Ireland to do your assignments, or struggle to pass through your semesters, it's possible to fix this through a cover letter. You can send them a revised cover letter by explaining the same, by giving them examples that you might have encountered in the past where things were challenging, but you took it upon you and did the due research, underwent training to make that happen. So you can give them such examples. Or in other cases, if there has been a financial misunderstanding where they overlooked a document that could have possibly been a reason for approval. Or another example is, if you have failed to provide proof of the source of income. For example, if you have an FD, where did that come from? Say, for example, you missed sending that. Appeal will help you send an additional document and to write to them that, sorry, I missed sending this, but we have proof of this income, and please take a look at it, and I think I am eligible for being in Ireland to do my course abroad. Now moving on to reapplication. Now this is a situation where you have to start from scratch, because your visa rejection letter has multiple reasons why they thought that you are not fit to go to Ireland on a student visa. Here, you will start from scratch. You will start filling the VFS document all over again. In your appeal, you're just appealing. You're not going to do your VFS application from the scratch. But in your reapplication, you are going as a completely new applicant, but telling them that my visa was approved the previous time and this is me reapplying with fresh documents, and you're going to fill each and every page with all the financial documents, academic documents, your offer letter, and everything else that's important. You know the drill. You're going to do all of it from scratch. When do you do this? Say for example, in your first instance, they needed you to show around 50 lakhs, but you ended up showing only 25 lakhs, but you have the 50 lakhs. So when you are reapplying, you will give all the additional documents that can make your application stronger and get it approved. So just to compile the information for you to avoid any confusion, appeal is for those who are very confident about their documents and the visa rejection reason can be countered. When you think it's the investigation officer's mistake or he might have overlooked and you have the necessary documents to prove your case. But reapplication is for those who messed it up completely the first time, but you have all the necessary documents to say that, okay, I'm sorry this happened, I got rejected once, I'm reapplying and I have everything you need to reconsider my visa application. All right. Now, if you put both these cases aside, the best option, if you can't go for appeal or reapplication, would be to stay and reflect. Why do I say this? Because sometimes people push too hard, people take it personally and end up getting multiple rejections. You can either appeal or reapply only once after your rejection, and you will not also have the time to accommodate this, because once you appeal, at least the official website says that it will take 3 calendar months. So, example, you applied for your visa in the month of July and it got rejected in August. You don't have 3 months time to even go ahead and appeal or reapply in either of these cases. So, just stay and reflect and think what you need to do. If you have enough time in hand, then go ahead with any of these applications. But if you don't, then what I'd recommend is you reach out to your university and tell them that my visa application is stuck or I haven't heard from them, and what I request you is to understand my deferral options. What happens in these cases is that the university understands and will get back to you with options to move your admission to another intake. So if not September, then probably January. And if your university does a mid-year intake, which very few universities do, then they'll give you that option, or it could be the coming year's September intake. I would highly recommend you to consider a deferral so that you get the time, you get enough time in hand to reconsider your decision or to go ahead and accumulate all those documents that you need to make your case stronger. Another option would be that just drop the idea, because if your case is not strong and if the reasons that they have mentioned are really valid, then why would you want to go ahead and pile rejections? If you end up piling up no's or like rejections of visas on your profile, then in future whenever you want to say go to another country for studying or for a visit visa, it's always in your records that you were rejected once, and it's not something that you can hide. If someone asks you, you'll have to tell them that I had applied once and I got rejected, and people might ask you why did you get rejected. So just stay and reflect and understand if this is necessary. If it's not working out, sometimes it's a blessing. So don't go ahead and push it too far. If it's possible to fix, then fix it. If it's not, then sit back and understand if this is important for you or not. Now, a very important piece of information that I received, which came to me very recently. The first instance was a student reached out to me asking, does the Irish Embassy do any interview? And I went ahead and said casually that no, they don't do any interviews. But this student told me that they received a call. So I was a little unsure about this because it didn't happen in my case, and I didn't hear of it in the past few years that I have been talking about study abroad education. So I went ahead and asked what questions did they ask. Again, in the recent times, I received an inquiry from a girl who said, I got a call and I wasn't ready at that time, and I think my visa is going to be rejected because of how the call went. So now what I understood is that the Irish Embassy is calling students to ask them a couple of questions and to see if the application is legit or not, if the students are serious about doing this for their personal and academic and career growth, or is it just like a way to get out of their country and settle in another country. So what I think is happening on this call is, I'm sure that when the embassy is calling, the first thing that they're going to ask is if this is a good time to speak with you or not. What I'd recommend that if you're prepared, then great, take the call. But if you're not prepared, then after you answer the call, and if they ask you that is this a good time to talk to you or not, then please buy some time. Make an excuse, tell them that you're at work or at college or you're up to something, and if they can call you back. If they cannot, here's what you can do. Now that I'm sharing this news with you, or if you might have heard it from someone else, that the Irish Embassy is calling students to understand if they're serious or not. When you are applying for your university, when you're applying for those courses, make sure that you're consciously making note of what you're up to, right? You don't want to do bhed challenge just because everyone is applying, or your consultancy is asking you to apply to certain courses in a certain country for certain universities. Just don't go into it blindly. Be consciously aware, because the questions that they're asking on call are why do you want to come to Ireland? Which course have you applied for? What other courses did you apply for? Which other universities did you apply for? How many semesters does this course have? What are the modules? Which module interested you the most? Why do you want to study this course? So there are a bunch of questions that the Irish Embassy is asking students, and if they figure that you are clueless about it, of course they're going to reject your visa. I had this girl tell me that I wasn't prepared, I was nervous. They asked me how many semesters, and I said 2 instead of 3. Like, I'm also sure that her visa is going to get rejected. She asking me that is my visa going to get rejected? Like, it's no questions asked. It is going to be rejected because they want people to come here and study and go back to their own country unless they have a valid visa to sit and work here. So don't be clueless. Make an informed decision. Make sure you know what you're doing so that you're being able to answer to them. Some people, some students are so prepared. Even when they reach out to me, they come up with like a 5-year plan in their message that here, this is what I did when I was studying. Then I did my job here. Now I have so many years of experience. Now I want to study because I want to upskill, and after I'm done with my course, this is what I'm going to do. I have these bunch of companies where I'm going to apply for my internship. After that, I'm going to apply for my job. So they have like a 5-year plan ready, and they seem pretty confident. So I would recommend you that if you haven't heard back from the embassy yet on your visa application, and if you might be on their list for calls, then be prepared with such answers, because I'm telling you that they could ask you if this is a good time to talk to you or not. But what if they don't? And what if that's the one chance you have to prove your worth? So yeah, this is the latest edition where people are getting calls, and I've given you potential questions now. So if you are in that pool, then make sure you're ready with your answers. That's all, I think. I hope that I was able to explain everything explicitly, so that if your visa has been rejected, then you'll be able to make an informed decision if you need to appeal, reapply, or defer, or just sit back and drop the idea. Don't push it, is what I'd say. If your visa has been approved, well and good, great, congratulations. Looking forward to you coming to Ireland and telling me that it was a good decision or not. But for everyone whose visa has been rejected and are in the space where you're failing to understand what to do next, I hope this video helps. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. Sharmishta09 is my personal Instagram profile, and there's also Alive to Tell Tale. I will leave the links for you in the description below. If you're looking for assistance with study abroad applications, then the form is also in the description below. If any of you have experienced any of the things that I have talked about in today's video, and if it is any different or similar from what I'm trying to explain here, feel free to drop it in the comment section below, so that people who watch this video and who go onto the comment section to check for others' stories, then it would help them too. Yeah, I hope this video helped. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, see you. Bye.